again, students, and welcome back to Miss Bullock's Flipped Classroom. I have a couple of things that we're going to do today. One, we're going to learn how to annotate text using Notice and Note. That's a protocol that we'll use in order to be able to annotate text. So, I bet the first thing that you're wondering about is, what is annotating a text? So, as it turns out, annotating a text is simply making notes about the text. So it's nothing really complicated, and it's going to help us remember. So why should I annotate text? Well, it helps us find things like key ideas, theme, author's purpose, and it helps us understand better what it is we've read. So, you're saying, all right, well, now Miss Bullock, I know that I should annotate, so how do I go about doing it? Well, we're going to use the Notice and Note signposts and log. So we're going to stop, we're going to notice, and we're going to note it. So we need to learn the signposts of the Notice and Note protocol. So the first one is contrasts and contradictions. It's our first sign. So, when a character does or says something that contradicts its opposite of what he or she has been doing or saying, you need to stop and ask yourself, why is the character doing or saying that? If you answer that question, it's going to help you remember not only that they did that, but it's going to help you find things like the theme. Next part. The aha moment. Aha! In your brain, when a character suddenly realizes, understands, or figures something out, again, we need to stop and ask ourselves, how might this change things? And make notes about the answers to that question. So, again, this is going to help us remember and find the author's purpose and the theme and help us remember what we've read. The next signpost is tough questions. So, if a character asks him or herself a difficult question, then we need to stop and ask ourselves, what does this question make me wonder about? What do I think about when that character asks that question? What do I predict that character will answer as well? The next signpost is words of the wiser. So, when a character who's probably, careful Wilbur, who's probably older takes the main character aside and gives advice, we need to stop and ask ourselves, what is the life lesson here? How might this affect the main character? Those are important because those really will help you find the theme of a piece. Our next signpost is again and again. So when a word, a phrase, an object, or a situation shows up over and over and over again, we need to stop and ask ourselves, how is this important? And why does this keep showing up? Again, this is going to be very important in finding the author's purpose as well as finding the author's theme that they are trying to get across to us. The next signpost is memory moment. When the action in a story stops in order to recall a memory, we need to stop and ask ourselves, why is this memory important? Authors don't just insert memories because. They're definitely trying to do something and tell us something. So we need to figure out why this memory is important. And that, again, will help us find the theme. So you say, all right, Miss Bullock, so I know the 6 signposts. Great, wonderful. So what do I do next? We're going to use the log. Dun, dun, dun. Right. So, our next board is going to show us how exactly we use the Note and Notice log. And you'll have a copy of this. So, this board looks just like the Note and Notice log. You'll notice there is a place for your name, there is a place for the name of the story that you're logging for, and then you'll have a column that says location, a column that says signpost, and a column that says my notes. So what will happen is in the column that says location, you'll put the page number or the paragraph number or the line number where you found this signpost. Then under signpost, you'll record what kind of signpost it was. Was it an aha moment? Was it a words of the wiser? Was it an again and again? A memory moment? Which one was it? So you'll write that name here, and then underneath it you'll write the quote. You'll actually write at least part of it so that you can go back and find it later. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, but at least the first maybe 5 words. Okay? Then you're going to make notes. Your notes are going to be your answers to the questions that were with the signposts. And then any other thoughts that you might have about it, you can write there as well. Now, I know your question is, but Miss Bullock, how am I going to remember all those questions? Don't worry about it, I've got you covered. I'm going to give you a bookmark. All right, so that is our lesson on how to use the Note and Notice signposts and logs to help us annotate text. We'll be practicing it in class, and I'll see you soon.